Today we're on our way to the Development Bank of Southern Africa to drop off 8,000 petitions that have been signed by South Africans, Africans and people from all over the world. So today we'll be joined by some of our partners, specifically Earthlife Africa. Earthlife is a South African environmental organization that's been working with communities since the late 80s. And they've really done an incredible job of building the climate movement and awareness around climate change. It's a low-level petition handover. It's a non-violent action, so we do not foresee any confrontation.
Hey, what's up? I'm Ahmed.
Hey y'all, I'm Chris and we are campaigners from 350.org.
Amanda!
From a financial point of view, it's a highly risky thing. Who knows what's going to happen to the price of coal, let alone whether or not an investment in a coal power station will become stranded.
Yeah.
I really wish that 8,000 people would show up because this is such an important and urgent issue. At least people signed on. At least people realize the importance of the message that we're trying to put out there. For a long time. I mean, this campaign started about a year ago. So it's been a struggle. It's been a mission. It's been hard work trying to, push the message out. And it's not just about the petition, but it's really about engaging people. And when people talk about like the DBSA, they don't know what you're talking about. The DBSA is something that people don't engage with on a day-to-day basis. It's a development bank. It's not a retail bank. It's not a net bank. It's not a standard bank. So that's even harder, to get people engaged with a bank that they don't lend money from or get money from. For me, what matters is that people do sign on. It's not just about how many people show up. It's when people do show up when things happen.
So the inspiration behind DBSA is we really wanted to call out the Development Bank on their double dealing.
We're here today at the Development Bank of Southern Africa to drop off this gift where over 8,000 people have called on the DBSA not to invest in any new coal-fired power stations and to prioritize investing in a low-carbon future. All right, morning. Hi. Paul, thanks so much for joining us. So we're here today to drop off 8,000 voices that have signed onto a petition calling on the DBSA to not invest in any new coal-fired power stations. These petitions were around the Thabametsi coal-fired power project. We now know that the DBSA is currently financing that power project, but through very lenient policies, the DBSA could still be open to investing in new coal-fired power stations. So we're here to say that we're calling on the bank to adopt a blanket policy on coal-fired power infrastructure, and we hope that the bank continues investing towards a low-carbon energy future. So there are some flyers in here and a list of over 7,000 names over there, and we've got this gift for the bank, and we hope that the bank puts it up in a prominent space where people can see that there is a call out there, a massive call out there for the DBSA not to finance any coal-fired power stations?
Well, thanks very much. We really appreciate coming to deliver these voices. We'll certainly have a look at what you've presented to us. As we've said before, we don't make any sweeping positions. As per our development position, we take very seriously both the National Development Plan and the Sustainable Development Goals. We're heavily active in climate finance, as you're well aware, and we look at every transaction on its merits. And at this stage, that is the position that we have. So, but we thank you for your petition, and we will certainly pay attention and revert to you.
And we look forward to further engagements.
Absolutely.
With the bank.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
It's a sizable gift.
As you said, we're all basically on the same side.
This one's got a bit of weight behind it, so.
From Earthlife Africa to respect. We work as partners with 350. We campaigning at Palaka, where the Thabametsi is proposed to be. That area is highly polluted. It's surrounded by a lot of coal-fired power stations. Already members of the community are actually experiencing a lot of problems, like health-related issues. And apart from the health issues, the area, it's a water scarce area. And as we all know that the power stations, coal-fired power stations, they consume a lot of water, which that area is an area which is very dry. So we are very much concerned as an organization that to invest all these resources in an area that is already dry, and for a coal power stations to actually take place, it will be a very bad investment. What we are saying is that thanks for saying that you really consider all the investment that you are making, and we really urge you to actually do that. Also, the coal-fired power stations, a lot of people are actually, unemployment rate is very high in that area. But when the projects are about to start, people are promised heaven and earth. But when that development takes place, none of the people that are living in the area are actually working in the power stations. So what we are saying here, under auspices of 350, is that we really support this campaign, that we really urge you to please reconsider